Hi, this is Grandpa Ron. A lot of things run on your DC power in your RV, and today we're going to talk about your RV batteries and how to get your best use out of them. This RV and my cars and everything, they all work on 12-volt systems. So we have 12-volt batteries pretty much, and as a matter of fact, this coach came with 12-volt batteries, but I decided to upgrade it to using two 6-volt batteries. And the 6-volt batteries I just put in series. So the two 6-volt in series is going to equal 12 volts output. One of the advantages of the 6-volt batteries is they have more capacity, and I'll talk about capacity a little bit later, but essentially you have more energy that you can store in the battery. There's three main types of batteries found in RVs. There's the wet cell, which is the most common. There are AGM, a maintenance-free type of battery. And there are lithium batteries. You don't see too many of those yet unless you're living in your RV full time. It's really hard to justify the cost. They run about $1,000 a piece, and you're going to need a couple of them. So that's $2,000 just for the batteries. Your wet cell or flooded batteries, they can be manufactured in three different styles, if you will. The main one is your starting battery that you have in your car. Those are engineered to provide a high current draw for a short amount of time. So they make their plates really thin, and they have a whole bunch of them, and so that gives you a lot of power in a short time period. Your deep cycle batteries are engineered with thicker plates so they can hold more power, and usually they're going to be a little heavier also. More lead, more power. And then the third type is a hybrid between the two. Sometimes they're called hybrid batteries or marine batteries. The batteries that came with the coach were a marine type battery, where marine usage, you need to be able to start a boat motor, but you also need to be able to run the batteries when the engine isn't running. The third thing I want to talk about is the battery capacity. Capacity is measured in amp hours, and the more amp hours you have, the better, the longer it's going to last. The capacity of my two 6-volt batteries are 210 amp hours. The original 12-volt marine batteries that came with it were maybe about 150 amp hours. So just by replacing those batteries, I got another 35% extra capacity. One other thing about capacity is that's usually measured at a kind of a constant mid-level power draw. If you draw your batteries down really fast, you don't get as much out of them. By really fast, I mean like if you're running microwaves or electric heaters or something like that from it, it will deplete your batteries faster, and you won't get the same number of amp hours. So the slower you draw it out, the more energy you can get out of the battery. Now, as far as charging your batteries, there's several ways you can charge your battery. Most common, of course, is running the engine. The alternator hooked up to the engine will charge up all your batteries in your coach and your chassis battery also. Another way to charge the batteries is with solar cells on the roof. They work really great. They work, as long as the sun is out, so it's really a long-term type thing. You can also run your generator to charge your batteries. That's probably not your best option because the batteries will charge pretty quickly up to maybe 80% level, but that last 20% takes hours and hours, and you're only getting a little bit more capacity into your batteries, so your generator is just burning fuel the whole time it's running. So in that way, the solar cells are really a better option for charging your batteries because they'll charge them right up to 100% during the day. If you're plugged into shore power, you can also charge your batteries that way. Both of the AC sources, shore power and generator, charge your batteries through the converter. And that's the thing that converts the 115 volt AC to 14 volts DC to charge the batteries. And the last item to talk about is the maintenance on your batteries. If you have a wet cell batteries, then you'll need to check the water levels every so often. And if the plates are showing above the acid, then you need to add water to it. And you can put some in. As long as there's water over the plates, you're okay. And don't fill it up too high. There's usually a little marker or ring there because you don't want it to spill out or slosh out when you're driving. So maybe a half an inch down below the surface of your opening of your each cell, and somewhere between that and the plates, you want to keep the level right about there. So it's a good thing to check the water level every few months. And the AGM batteries are known as maintenance free. The only thing you need to be concerned about there, as well as the flooded batteries, is be careful not to store them with a low charge on them. If your battery is depleted and you get really cold weather, maybe around 0 degrees, your battery might freeze and crack. An important consideration is don't go below 12.1 volts if you can help it. If you do, charge up your batteries again as soon as you can. Leaving your batteries discharged shortens their life. 6-volt golf cart batteries have been a great upgrade for me, and if you are thinking about doing it yourself, I'll show you how I did mine. Today I'm going to change the batteries in my 2016 View. They are about a year and a half old, but they're not holding up too well. So anyway, let's give it a shot. This is what they look like. You can see right here, these are the two 12-volt Napa, I think they're 8240s or something like that. Got a bit of corrosion on them, but I'm going to replace them with these golf cart batteries from Costco, which are a bit taller, so we're going to have to make some modifications. First, let's disconnect the connections. Got the battery cables disconnected. Now it's time to take out the batteries. The WD-40 helps the screws loosen up a bit. Come off a little easier. And screw right here. These come off. And clean those off so I can take them back for the cord charge. Had to take a couple of days off after working on those heavier batteries. Pulled my back out, but anyway, this is what they look like. I put these in this way first, but checking the cable lengths, I think it's going to be better if I switch them around. So I'm going to do that next. Here's the new position of the batteries. Have the wiring mostly done. These are the power cables to the inverter and the ground. This is a tie-in ground, and it goes over to the cab for the battery boost. This is the positive for the battery boost, and this is going to be the tie-in between here and here is the last piece to put in. Actually, this tie-in connection is at a 6-volt level, so I took one of the tie-in straps I had before, painted it gray since it's not really black and it's not red. Ready to install the cross piece. Go from the positive of this battery to the negative of the second battery. So you can put a little on this side first, oops, to get it started. Got the magnet not a stick here so I can go down there. Ouch, fish that out. On here. Yep. Kind of careful. Alright, she's all wired up. Now I'll check from the ground connection to the positive of the battery. Okay, 12.7. The advantages of the 6-volt deep cycle batteries is they're pretty low cost, $83 a piece at Costco. They're going to last probably 3 or 4 years, which is at least twice as long as the dual-purpose batteries that came with the coach. And I'm going to get more capacity. They last longer. Don't really cost much more. Anyway, pretty cool. Yeah, on my RV, I upgraded the inverter to a 2,000 kilowatt. That allows me to run the microwave and the electric water heater and refrigerator all off the batteries. So the 2 golf cart batteries are doing pretty well. They hold me overnight, and I can make my coffee, heat up water in the microwave. And even out in the desert, I was able to run the refrigerator on the electric all day long, and the solar charge up the batteries fine. So we're all good. Anyway, this is Grandpa Ron, and I'll see you on the road.